Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the call, guys. I know it's weekend right now, and you guys were probably busy doing something, or you had your family time, and you still decided to come on this call. So I appreciate you guys for coming on the call. For those of you that don't actually know me, my name is Monir, and I've been part of this industry for just over 5 years. And today, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to share with you guys my story in the industry. But at the same time, I'm going to give you guys some really black and white about the industry in terms of how you can go out there, build a business for long term, and whether you can be in this industry for long term. So I'm going to be very black and white with you guys. I'm going to go through with you guys some facts, and I'm going to go straight to the point, right? No sugarcoat, straight to the point in terms of what it takes to become a multiple six-figure earner, seven-figure earners in the industry. And just like with all the industries, remember one thing, that every profession, it requires certain skill set for you to get you where you want to be. And like I said, when it comes to this industry, guys, it requires some professionalism. It requires some skill set for you to get to you on a goal, the dreams, and whatever you want to achieve. And what I learned in the industry over the years is that anything is possible in this industry. So meaning whatever you want to achieve in the industry is possible. So whatever that is. I don't care how big your dream is. It all starts from small. It all starts from somewhere. And a little bit about myself, just around 5 years ago, I was a cab driver working hard, literally doing 12 hours shift daily. And what I was doing was that, I was trading my time for money. And just like most people in the world, whatever we get taught at a younger age, the system, the traditional way of earning money, we sort of follow that course. And then as we grow up, we start keep following that same method. And then we apply that in our life. And then we end up having a lifestyle like the people who taught us initially the system, to the way you actually make money, the way you can make a living. And throughout my journey until the age of 24, I've learned how I can really just pay my bills and just make a living. Until my brother Moin, who introduced me to the industry of network marketing. And when I got introduced to the network marketing, I was super excited. I thought, this is something really crazy. And soon I realized that it's not a walk in the park if I really want to achieve my dreams and goals. And just like any kind of business, you got to be really serious about what you're doing. And I know for a fact that all of you decided to sacrifice your time, probably with your family, or you had other better things you probably thought that you could do. You decided to sacrifice that time and said, you know what? I'm going to give myself a chance. I'm going to get on this call, and I'm going to see whether I can get some value that can apply in my life. And what I promise you today is that stay with me till the end of this call, that I'm going to give you guys certain values that if not apply in this business, you can apply in your lifestyle. Because there are certain things I'm going to share with you guys that's completely transformed my life, the way I think, the way I do business, the way I do anything. I understand certain fundamentals of achieving certain things. Over the years, I've, started from a nobody where I had, I was somebody, right? I was a cab driver working, doing 12 hours shift, sometimes been working 7 days a week, right? Just trying to pay my bills. So constantly trying to pay my bills, working hard. And then I found ways where I could actually leverage my time and have time and money combined. See, it's not about how much you make, it's about how you make the money, right? So I was taught that within this industry that you can truly make a residual income for yourself. Truly, you can get paid while you can have the time freedom and financial freedom at the same time. So it took me a couple of years to learn the skills. And I found some secret in the industry that I'm going to share with you guys today. Now, for those of you that I'm going to share with you guys these secrets, you already know probably them already, right? It's just different people have applied it differently. And that's why they have different results. I'm probably going to share some things with you that you already know, right? But you probably have already reached the level of success that we have, or you probably have reached probably a 10% of the success or 50% of the success. All depends how you see success for yourself. And so that's what I'm going to go through with you guys. A couple of key things. So let's get into it. I'm not going to go too much in terms of sharing my story, but I'm going to share with you guys few things I did do right. Okay, it's all about doing a couple of things right. It's not about doing everything right, because we all are not perfect. We all can't do everything right. There are certain things that I didn't do right, but there are a few things I did do right. There are only few things, and I'm going to share that with you guys today. So what it takes to become a six-figure earner in Melius, what it takes to become a six-figure earner in the industry. And that's what I'm going to share with you guys. How you can become a multiple six-figure earner, even seven-figure earner. So how you can make $1 million in the industry, or how you can make $100,000 industry. It's just the same principles applied, but different work ethic. And I'm going to go through that with you guys today. So the number one thing that you need to know whenever you get yourself in a business, remember, when you are involved in a business, right, it's not a job, meaning you don't have a boss. Now, it's usually a good thing because you have the freedom of no one telling you what to do, but it also can be a disadvantage for you if you never started a business. You see, when you do a business, because you don't have a boss, you are your own boss. So you need to tell you what to do. If you can't tell you what to do, then guess what? You won't be doing much. And as an entrepreneur, you know, it takes time to build up those kind of skill set, right? But I'm going to go through with you guys those things. So number one thing, you need to know your game. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know the products you're involved in. You need to know the company that you're involved in. It's very important that you have the right information. So first of all, the first thing you need to know of the company is the company's products and services and price of each products and services. So when you take a look at this company, the first thing you take a look at, well, what are the options of price package that you can get involved, and what kind of value you get from each one. So that way you know your products and services. That way when you're speaking to other people about it, you know what you're talking about. Make sense? So these are the, if you want to take a screenshot of this, you can take a screenshot of this. These are simple 4 packages that we focus on. These are simple 4 packages that we focus on when we are building this business. The number one package is a small package that we have, which is $189. I don't recommend that to anyone unless you are really, really, really struggling financially, right? Otherwise, I don't recommend that to anyone. I either recommend you go for a 1-month experience package, is $300, or go for a 3-month option of $450 or $600. And the Gold Pro package, it's the next level. So this is when you want to take your skill set to the next level. It's a complete different package versus all the other ones. So I recommend any of you who get started, start with a maximum package. Step number 1 of your business rule is that you got to be serious and you got to be leading by example right from the beginning. So if you start with a $600 package, it's very simple. When you're speaking to other people about your business, they would want to know what you're doing, right? What you're doing. And it's very simple. It's a ripple effect of what you do. Others in your team would do the same thing, or maybe less. So you gotta lead by the best of the example. Number 1, knowing the products and services and knowing what you have, and others knowing, your team knowing what you're doing to lead by an example. Number 2 is that you need to know the different ways the compensation plan works. You see, if you're going to build a network marketing business, you got to know the compensation plan by heart. You got to know how the whole comp plan works. And in our compensation plan, there are 9 types of rewards, right? 9 types of rewards. So you do the work 1 time and you get rewarded in 9 different ways, right? How amazing is that? So when you are speaking to people about it, number 1, you got to have the passion about what you're speaking about. And how are you going to have passion if you don't know what you have? So number 1, the second rule is, obviously, other than knowing the product, you got to know the compensation plan. You got to let people know what you have. And if people are confused about what you have, guess what? Confused people do what? Confused people do nothing. They won't start business with you because they feel like you don't know what you're talking about. So very, very important. Take the time to understand the compensation plan. That's important. It doesn't take a lot of time. It takes probably 30 minutes of your day just to learn about the compensation plan. Give yourself 30 minutes every day to learn the comp plan. Okay? Now, when you understand the compensation plan, you'd be as excited as I am. Like every day, you'd be fired up, you'd be excited about the compensation plan because you get it, right? Some people, they just don't get the comp plan, right? They don't understand the power of the compensation plan. And if you want to be a leader in the industry, you got to know how to paint the vision for people. You see, a leader is a painter. A leader is a painter. That's why I call a leader. A leader is constantly painting vision for others to see long before they see it. Well, let me say that again one more time. A leader is someone who constantly painting vision for others to see it before they even see it. Yeah, because people sometimes can't picture the bigger picture. So you gotta be a leader to always paint the bigger picture. If you understand the compensation plan well, you'll be able to paint a bigger picture for them, right? That's important. Then you gotta know where your focus is at. See, all of us, we're working hard, but if we don't know where we are focusing, guess what? It's like a navigation, right? When you use a Google navigation, when you can any kind of navigation, let's say you put a destination, right? You say, I want to get to the next town at this street, at that house. And if you don't know how to get there, guess what? You use the navigation and you follow the navigation until you get there, right? See, navigation has a focus where it needs to take you. What if the navigation was confused? Where would it take you? Nowhere. Right? So you got to know where your focuses are. So you got to know the ranks. There are 5 ranks in this company that you need to focus on. 5 simple ranks. Executive team trainer, first step. Second step, ETL. Third step, senior executive director. The next step is senior vice president and then senior ambassador. These are the 5 ranks that you need to completely focus on. Eyes on the prize, senior ambassador, but you start from executive team trainer just like everybody does. Now what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to share with you guys a 90 days game plan that I've been able to learn that effectively in my career. I didn't do a perfect when I first started in the industry. I heard about it, but it took me some time to learn it. But once I figured out the 90-day game plan, it completely changed for me. Everything changed for me, right? So over the years, we built 3 companies and we went to the right on top of the compensation plan. Now, every time we build something, we go right to the top of the compensation plan. There's no stopping. And if I was to look back and credit all the success, I credit it back to our first 90 days that we ever did. Because that was the first 90 days to change everything for us. We went to a new paradigm shift in terms of thinking what is possible. See, it's all about thinking and to be able to believe what is possible. So our belief level, our thinking, we had a new paradigm shift in terms of what you can achieve in just 90 days. Just 90 days. So let me give you an example. In the last 5 years, right, to be able to become, right, we've been able to make around $10 million in the industry, right, over the period of time, to be able to make $10 million in the industry. Let me explain to you guys, if I was to say the whole of the credit, if I was to send it back, and if I was to say all the credit, if I was to give it for that amount that we earn, it will be that 90 days. It's the 90 days. So let's do a quick calculation. Let's say, right, you went out there and worked extremely hard for the first 90 days. And then a few years later, you got rewarded with a $10 million or just $1 million, right? Let's say 2 years later, you got rewarded with $1 million. Now your first 90 days, all the work that you put in, your first 90 days, the rest of the time that you were working, you were not really working. You were just like kind of just going on the flow. But that 90 days, you work extremely hard. So let's take a look at 90 days of our 90 days. See, if we work 60 hours a week, right? 60 hours a week, and then that's 12 weeks. So 90 days, approximately 12 weeks. So that's 12 times 60. That's 720 hours, right? So let's say we work 700 approximately. Let's make that into 800 hours. Let's say we work 800 hours during that 90 days, 800 hours. Now, if you do some maths now quickly, right? If you divide the 800 hours into 10 million, You can do the maths with me. Do the maths. Do 800 hours into 10 million. Divide by 800. That's $12,500 an hour we got paid. $12,500 an hour, right? So what I'm saying to you guys, earning from $6 an hour to earning a $12,000 an hour, it's a massive change, right? So if I was to credit it back, I would credit it back to 90 days. See, 90 days is everything. And my mentor told me that, I have many mentors. So in the process, I had mentors change. I had, mentors, I had better mentors. So everybody starts with your mentors, but then your mentors change in the process, okay? So throughout the process, I had mentors, and every single mentor that I had, they've always told me this one thing. They said, Monir, success loves speed. Slow and steady don't win the race. It's a myth. Success loves speed. I want you guys to write that note. I want you guys to just paint it in your wall or just write it somewhere. Success loves speed. On Instagram, on social media, the hashtag that. Success loves speed. See, why is it that success loves speed? Let me explain to you guys something. Whenever a plane takes off from the ground, do you know how much of the fuel of a plane uses? Let's say A380, right? One of the big planes. Does it use 10%, 5%, 20%? How much fuel does it use just to take off from the ground into the air? And then it needs to complete 8,000 miles, right? It can complete up to 8,000 miles on A380, right? So if it was to complete 8,000 miles, but for the first couple of miles, how much fuel do you think it uses to take off from the ground? It uses more than 30% of its fuel just to take off from the ground, right? That's how much fuel it uses. Now, when it's taking off from the ground, how much of the throttle do you think it uses? How much of the throttle? So when a pilot is about to take off from the ground, how much throttle do you think they use? 20% of it? 30%? Let's say 60% of the throttle they use. Do you think they will take off from the ground? What about 70%? No, they have to use full throttle, at 100%, full throttle, minimum at 90 to 100% throttle they have to use to take off from the ground. And just like that, with any kind of anything that you want to do, like when it comes to especially in business, you have to take off. In network marketing, you have to take off as fast as possible because success loves speed. And just like a plane takes off, you got to take off. Once you've taken off, guys, it's not much effort anymore. It's just about initial taking off. Once you've taken off, you can have the time freedom. You can have the financial freedom. And you can actually cruise. Okay, that's how it works. Now, over the years, we've done this. The first 90 days, we go all out beast mode. I'm going to show you guys what we do when we go all in our first 90 days. So what does it take in the first 90 days? What do we do every single time? And I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, but I'm going to tell you what will happen if you do what I'm telling you guys. And this has happened to us over the period of time. This is what we focus on. Number one, the first, the most important thing you need to focus on if you want to accomplish your dreams and goals is commitment. And you see, commitment comes in life. In life, you got to commit to everything you want to succeed in, whether it's relationship, whether it's your kids, whether it's your husband, whether it's your wife, whether it's your girlfriend. It's commitment, right? You can't be half committed. You got to be all in committed. Now, you can't say, let me give you an example, right? Commitment is something that you do long after the mood you have set it in has left you. Meaning you can be excited right now and be committed right now, but when challenging comes in, what happens? You forget about your commitment. What if the time? I don't know if you guys are married on this. I'm married, but I don't know if you guys are on this call. If anyone is married, you see, when you got married to your wife or to your husband, did you say that I am marrying you for this reason? But let's say if you don't make me breakfast in the morning, right? I don't know what will happen. I'm committing you for this condition. You see, commitment is unconditional. Your dream is unconditional, right? Your goals are unconditional. You can't put a condition on something and then achieve it. It doesn't work that way. Same thing in this business, right? You have to be committed. And a lot of people start in our industry with the mindset of joining. I am joining Melius. I am joining this business. I am joining that. I'm joining this. Let me tell you guys something. Amateurs join network marketing. Amateurs join a business. Professional, they launch their business. Does that make sense? Amateurs, they join business. They join different things different days. They join a gym membership and then they quit. They pay for it and then they still quit. Amateurs, you know, they don't take things serious enough to commit 100%. If you guys want to commit, and if you want to be the next 7-figure earner in the industry, if you want to be the next multiple 6-figure earner in the industry, if you want to make tens of thousands of dollars residual income here in Melius, you got to be committed right from now. And this is the best time to be committed. Why? We're at the soft launch, right? Next is sacrifice. See, all our dreams and goals that we want to achieve in life, everything comes with a price. And you got to be willing to pay the price to get what you want. Now, I'm not just talking about money. Listen, money is just something. Money is not motivation. I don't know how many people it motivates you for money, but it's what you can do with the money. It's what motivates people. It's about your, I don't know, whether it's your family, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister. I don't know what you're going to do with it. That's what motivates you. Whether you want to, I don't know, for your mortgage, or whether you want to go and help your mom retire, whether you want, I don't know, what's motivates you, whether your kids, you want to give them a good future. That's motivates you. It's not money that motivates you. It's what you do that motivates you. Make sense? So everything you want to achieve, it requires certain sacrifice. You got to be willing to certain things. You got to be willing to let go in a period of 90 days. See, if you value your dreams and goals so much, you got to be willing. Now, when I say sacrifice, I don't mean don't eat with your family. I don't mean don't spend time with your family at all. I don't mean that. I mean like cutting down some bad habits at the same time. Sacrificing like, I don't know, watching movies, right? Ain't going to get you nothing watching movies, right? Cinema time, right? Like every other birthday parties, like we're Asian, we have weddings happen every other day, right? I don't know how many Asian people are on this call right now, but we have weddings happening every other day. Every Friday there's a wedding. Every Sunday there's a wedding. Every Saturday there's a wedding. Oh, my niece getting married. My cousin's cousin sister getting married. My sister's friend's nephew getting married. There's always a wedding. And sometimes I just think about it, like how many people, like weddings happening in your family. Every time I speak to, oh, I'm going to a wedding. And what I realize is that you just want to have some fun and you love wedding. I understand. But for 90 days, you just got to be willing to get that away for just for 90 days. That sacrifice will be well worth it. I promise you that, right? 90 days of sacrifice can get you to your dreams and goals that you ultimately want to achieve, right? Now, negotiate with your family and friends. There are certain things that you normally do right now. When you begin your 90 days, when you committed for your 90 days, you probably won't be able to do them. You just got to be willing to sacrifice those things. Just have a conversation with them. Hey, listen, next 90 days, I'm going to be really busy building my dreams. And if it's your mom, if it's your wife, if it's your girlfriend, have that one-to-one conversation with them. Say, hey, listen, I am committing myself into this business and I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for us. Just give me that 90 days and let me try it just for that 90 days. I don't like to use the word try because you try to fail. Okay, let me do it for the 90 days and I promise you I'm going to bring in results. So when you make commitments with your family, guess what? You're more willing to go out there and make things happen. Number 4 is be coachable. If you're completely new to the industry and there's someone who's been in the industry already, just be willing to be coachable with them a little bit. You see, they've been in the game for long enough and there are certain things that you know, right? You could be the best football player. You could be the best basketball player. You could be a professor. You could be a teacher. You could be, I don't know, you could be some special athlete. And network marketing is a completely different profession. See, you can be a doctor and be like, you know what? I'm gonna be a pro basketball. I'm gonna be a pro cricketer. I'm gonna be a pro, I don't know, whatever, another type of sport, or I'm going to be a pro footballer because I'm a doctor. It doesn't work that way because your profession and that profession can be two different professions. You got to learn the skill about the profession. So if you want to learn to play football, does it make sense that Ronaldo's teaching you how to play, right? You learn from someone professional. So just be willing to just be coachable. And if you've been in the industry, one of the challenge for leaders, this is for the leaders that are in the industry, and I would just want to have a quick 30-second chat with you guys. One of the biggest challenges for leaders when they restart a business is that they forget that they were once new. They forget to be new again. They still have the mindset, you know, I am at this position I was at this position, I was earning this, I was earning that, and you probably haven't earned that, but I was earning this. What I learned to let go through the process was the letting go of my ego and just become a student again. Become a student again and be excited all over again and going out there and saying, hey, I am going to be coachable. And as a leader, we are constantly learning. When a leader stops learning, he should stop leading. So our learning never ends. So be humble, be coachable to the person you're working with. And I promise you can create lots of success. You might not even better than that person. But when you're working with someone, just humble yourself. And I promise you, there's greater things we can achieve together than by ourselves, right? With ego and things like that. Next, daily team call. Guys, I just don't know how much I can emphasize on this. So you got to have a daily team call, daily, right? Whether it's your 10 people you're working with, whether it's 20 people you're working with, daily call, keep it updated, have accountability, find out what your team is up to, get on a call and say, hey, I've been up to doing this, man. How about you guys? How you guys been? You know, have daily team calls. Very important. You have the team bonding. Number 6, remind yourself that it is a process. Don't get frustrated because you're not seeing the results in like straight away. Doesn't matter whether you've been in the industry for 10 years. This is the new product and service. It's a new company. Don't get frustrated. Learn the game. It takes time. It's a process. So just give yourself the time to learn. And when you're not seeing the necessary results, don't get frustrated. Things will happen for you. It's a process. You're in the game. You're committed now. Things will happen for you. And just remind yourself that. The next thing, number 7 in that 90 days game plan, what you need to focus on is that you need to create your core circle of 20. Now, here's the power of 20, and I'm going to get to that in a second. Currently, I have 35 people in my directs, right? So there's directly 35 people that I have sponsored myself, 35 people. These are the people that I know that are serious, they're determined, they're ready to blow it out, right? They're super serious. Now, these 20 people these 35 people that I have, I can't work with all 35 because there are certain people have certain seriousness. The maximum people that I'll be working with for the next 90 days is not even 20 people. I'm going to be working directly with only 10 people. These are the 10 people. I'm going to give most of my time to the 10 people. For everybody else, I'm here for you. To qualify for the 10 people, I need to know which are the 10 people that are most serious in my group. And out of those 10 people, I'm going to give them the most time. Now, these people probably either they respect me, they probably love me, they hate me, I don't know. Okay, but they just want me with them so that they can create the best results for themselves. Okay, they're serious. They're serious about their dreams and goals. I'm going to work with those guys that value me, value my time, right? And at the same time, they're super serious about the business. So there's 10 people I'm going to be working with. Everybody else is always going to filter. There's always going to be, out of the 35, there's 10 serious ones that I'm going to be working with. I want to give them the most time. For everybody else, I have times for you too. And I will be working with you, but not as much as I will be working with the 10 main people, right? Make sense? So you're going to have your 20 people ready in your inner circle. You're going to have at least 20 people ready for yourself by the time 15th of November kicks in, or at least in the month of November, you're going to have your 20 people. Who are these 20 people? I don't know, but 20 serious people that are willing to play the game with you, they're serious about their dreams and goals. They're serious about this business, right? They're willing to sacrifice things just like you. Find those 20 people, and I'm going to show you guys how to find them as well. Buy a minimum of 10 tickets for the pre-launch event that will be taking place in your country, whether in your city. I don't know. The pre-launch event, make it happen. If you're the first leader in your place, be the reason for an event to happen there. You plan your first pre-launch event, right? Read your why. I'm going to speak more about that. And number 10, have the push mindset. So the push mindset is persist until something happens. This is a process. And remember, you got to keep on going through the numbers that for you to find those 20 serious people that you're looking for. Now, this is something that, that's really important within your 90 days. Every time I start my business, I always like to find out the reason why I'm doing it. What's motivating me? Money doesn't motivate. Believe me when I say it. You probably think money is motivating you, but you got to have a bigger purpose why you're doing it, more than just money. Money is what's going to get you that, to get you what you want. But if you don't know what you want, why do you want the money? What are you going to do with the money? Make sense? So what is your reason why? Why do you want to build a legacy? Why do you want to be residual income? Why do you want to make 100,000 or $1 million? Why do you want to make what you want to make? What's your reason? Whether it's your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your wife, your girlfriend, your children, write that down. Know the reason, the deep down reason why you're getting involved in this business in the first place and why you're doing it. That's very, very important. I'm going to emphasize that more as I go, as I continue to explain to you guys. The next thing, everything in this world is created twice. It was once created in our mind, and then it became reality. When you take a look at a building, take a look at Burj Khalifa that in Dubai, the tallest building in the world. Someone had to envision that long before the construction began, right? Long before anything began, someone had to envision that and say, this will be the next tallest building, and then I'm going to design this, and this is what it's going to look like. So they envisioned the whole thing before they even started doing anything. Make sense? So if you want to, I don't know, whether if you want to have a nice car, whether you want to make some money, whether you're on good vacation with your family, whatever you want, envision it long before you achieve it. And you need to envision it like you already have it, right? You need to envision it like you already, like it's guaranteed. It's already there. It's just a matter of you just reaching there, but you have to start believing that you already have it. So make a dream board and put a picture of whatever you want to achieve. So every day it reminds you of why you're doing what you're doing. Because it's going to be a roller coaster journey. You're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs. Remember that. It's a business you're building, and in business you have your ups and you have downs. You're going to need reasons why you need to do what you're doing when the times are tough. Remember that. This business, there'll be times that people will tell you no. There'll be people letting you down. There'll be people that will tell you, I'm all in, and before you know it, they were nowhere close to being all in. In fact, they're not even serious. They're wasting your time. There will be times that will come, people are going to let you down because people are people, right? People are people, and people are going to let you down. During that time, you need to know something that will motivate you. And when you have something like this picture painted, you can envision it. Let me give you an example. In 2014, I envisioned myself certain thing, like a car I wanted. I wrote a check for myself, $1 million check to myself. I'm going to earn by the X amount of time. By the end of 2015, I'm going to earn $1 million. I did certain things and I painted it. I was working towards my goal every single day. You got to start envisioning things long before it happens. And I promise you, our brain, it constantly looks for proofs of success. Our brain needs constantly positivity in our mind because we're surrounded with negativity constantly. People telling us why you can't do this, why you can't do this, why you can't do this. People become the judge of your life. Rather than you being the judge of your life, people become the judge of your life. They determine what you can and can't have. You need to start believing what you can and can't have yourself, rather than people telling you what you can't do or what you can't have. In terms of removing negativity and fear, remember, what's really important is to be part of a positive environment. You have the person who sponsored you. You have your upline. You have a WhatsApp group. Keep it positive, and every time you feel down, every time you find a challenge, every time you feel like I can't do it, always reach out to the person who introduced you or to the other person above them. Reach out to your leaders and listen. They have their downtimes. I have my downtimes. But as long as we have each other or the team, we will pull it through. So whenever you have your downtimes, remember there is someone else is there to pick you up. Always call the person. Let's just say whoever your upline you're working with, call him up if you're feeling down. If he feels down, don't worry. Call the next person up. There's always the next upline that you can reach out to. Make sense? So keep your WhatsApp active. Keep it with positive vibes. Always be active in WhatsApp group. If you have a Telegram group, stay active in Telegram group. Make sense? And attend all events, regional events, local events. We're going to start having events. And this is a soft launch right now. So just know that events are coming your way, and whether you're probably the one going to be creating those events as well. Now, one thing about being committed, another thing about knowing specifically what you want after 90 days. So for that, it's very important that you have some goals written down, right? Goals are really, really important. And just like I said before, goals are just like a navigation, okay? Our brain, you tell your brain what you want to achieve. And if you constantly remind yourself what you want to achieve or what you're achieving, it's going to lead you there eventually. But if you don't know what you want, you're not going to get there. Let me give you an example. I don't know what your circle is, right? I don't know what your top 5 people that you hang around with the most. I don't know who you hang around with. But ask them, now, what's your goal in the next 1 year? What's your goal for 2019? What's your goal for the next 5 years? Most of them won't tell you. They will just tell you, I'll just go with the flow. And I always tell people, dead fish go with the flow, right? We as human beings, we need to have goals and dreams we need to work towards. We're working towards something. Either we're working towards nothing or we're working towards something. And if you're going to be working towards something, you got to have your goals, right? So at the end of your 90 days, what do you hope to achieve? I mean, money-wise, cars, what do you want to achieve? How many hours a day can you commit to achieve what you want? What is your financial goal? Which rank do you want to have? Do you want to be an SVP? Do you want to be an ambassador? What rank do you want to achieve after your 90 days? Do you want to be an executive director, or senior executive director, or vice president? What is your goal? Write that down. What is the time frame you want to achieve this amount? Like I said, we have a 90-day game plan. Write that down. Whether it's $10,000 in 90 days or $100,000 in 90 days, write that down and write what you're going to do with that money, right? What are your skills and expertise are? Are you coachable? You see, it's very important that you're constantly learning and improving your skill set, at the same time being coachable to your mentors who you're working with. What is it that you must achieve in 12 months' time? We have a short-term goal or we have a long-term goal. At the end of 2019, what do you hope to achieve at the end of 2019, guys? Short-term is what's going to motivate you for temporary, but the long-term is what's going to keep you in the game. Make sense? Short-term is what motivates you for temporary, but long-term goals are going to keep you in the game. And have you got any doubt about your success? See, if you have a question, what if I fail? Or what if I can't make it? Or what if this? I don't know, maybe this, maybe that. When all those maybe kicks in, when all this what if kicks in, guess what? You're already kicking yourself out. See, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Make sense? Fear kills more dreams than failure ever will. Make sense? So doubt and fear, you gotta get rid of them right from your day one. Just know, if a guy like me, a cab driver, was working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? Paying his bills. If I can do it, a guy doesn't have a degree or nothing like that. If a guy like me can do it, why can't you do it? Make sense? If I can do it, why can't you do it? If I could, retire my sister, my family's from work, if I could buy my dream home, my dream cars, why can't you do it? Does that make sense? You can do it. Just know that you can. There is no can't. Everything is possible, and you are the one that's going to make it happen. So let's get into work now, right? So there are types of work you need to do for the next 90 days. I want you guys to write this down. This is really, really important. Now we get into the next phase of what to do. What do we do in the next 90 days? Now that we're committed, that we're ready, we're focused, we have our goals, you know, we're ready to go do what now, right? We need to know what we are going to do, right? And I'm going to show you exactly what I do so that you know exactly what you're doing, right? Different people will do it differently. But remember, it's the same process that all the leaders follow, the same process. So step number one, you need to create an active candidate list. I want you guys to write this down. Create an active candidate list. So the numbers you have on your phone, and it doesn't matter who is on that phone, whether it's a professor, a teacher, a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, or whether it's someone that is completely broke. It doesn't matter who it is. Whether it's someone arrogant, whether it's someone cocky, whether it's someone confident about themselves, whether it's someone's not confident about themselves. I don't care who it is. Whether it's a cab driver you met and you got his number. I don't care who it is. If a cab driver you met, remember, you could find another Monir in your team. Remember that. So it doesn't matter who it is. I want you to drop that number on the active candidate list, on the notepad. Get a notebook and write that number down. Write it down. Active candidate list means it's a list that never ends. You're constantly adding new numbers. Begin with your phone numbers, and then we'll go to the next step. Social media, your Facebook friends list. You have Google+, Twitter, Instagram. Who are the people in your network groups? Are you in any networking groups? If you're in any networking groups, who are the people there? You've probably been a part of I don't know, some other ventures, or you probably have been part of, I don't know, different networking groups or socializing groups. I don't know. There's many, many groups that we can all be part of. Write that down and start filtering out and start going through the numbers and start writing their names. So if you don't have the numbers from social media, start writing the names. That's the step one we do. And create a list of at least 200 to 300 people, right? On your social media, on your Facebook, your phone number, I don't care. Get the number up. Or the bigger the number, the better it is. Who do you know outside 100 miles? Think about all the countries the Melius operates in, right? Think about those countries. Say, well, my country, I know these people, but there must be people that outside that I don't know yet. Second degree of separation. So let me tell you something. It's not about who you know. It's about who they know. It's not about you know me. It's about who I know. It's not about, so if you sponsored me, it's not about me. It's about who you're going to find through me. There's a lot of people I'm connected to that you can connect to through me. And through them, you're going to find others. You see, the guy that you speak to, the girl that you speak to, they're your first level. But your second level is who you're looking for. You want to go through them and find the next person. Don't stop on the first person. Get to the second level as soon as possible. That's very, very important. It's not about who you have in your contact. It's here's why. The people that you know, they probably love you. They probably don't respect you as a business owner. But the people they know, they probably don't know you. So in that sense, as long as this person's edifying you, guess what? They don't know you, so they can't judge you. Make sense? So you're probably not successful at your previous business or your current business. They can't judge you based on your past because they don't know your past. So you want to get to the second level of degree, second level as soon as possible. Third thing, network on purpose. Whether you are walking into a shop, whether you are going somewhere, whether you, I don't know, your barber shop, whether it's your bus driver, whether it's a cab driver, whether it's, I don't know, your grocery shop owner. It doesn't matter who it is. Whether you are a professional networker or whether you are someone that's been in the business for 10 years in the industry, or is you brand new. Networking in purpose. This is a network marketing business, and most people miss out the one they know the net, but they forget the W, right? Network marketing. It's not net sit marketing. It's not net watch marketing, right? Because some people just like to watch and don't do anything, right? It's network marketing, and there's a work required when you're networking. Make sense? So make sure you're always networking, always, right? Network on purpose. Add 2 contacts a day to your list. If you just network purposely, you'll always have 2 new people coming on your contact list. Guess what? That's 2 more new people to speak to. What is our purpose? Our purpose is very simple. Our purpose is not to recruit people. Get rid of the mindset completely. Our purpose is not to recruit people. Our purpose is to educate and make people understand what we're doing. Simply letting them know what we're doing, and we're just sharing information. And sharing information that could help them. And you better have the mindset right from now. It doesn't matter if Melius is on soft launch. If you're in, you're all in. There's not one step in, one step out. Then you're going to take off. If you're all in, you got to go all out. Meaning you're fully confident about that this is the best business in the entire market and no one else has better than this. No one can change your mind about saying this is not a good business. No one can question it. So when you're sharing this excitement, this energy to people, people understand one thing. There is some important information you need to share with them and they need to see it. That's all they get it. So success loves speed, guys. So let's speak about that. There is 2 ways you can go about doing network marketing. One is the slow way. One is the fast way, right? So let's take a look at the difference. If you were to get 20 people in your inner circle, if you get those 20 people in 30 days versus the same 20 people in 30 months, essentially it's the same people. So why care? Why not just go slow, right? Why not just speak to 1 person in every 2 months and eventually get to 30 months and have the 20 people? So let me show you the results. Let me show you what happens. If you speak to 20 people, out of the 20 people that you get involved in the business, so 20 people, let's just say, came all in, that were serious, 12 of them will do something. Versus, if you go slow, 8 of them will do something. Because 1 will come in, he's demotivated. Next one comes in, they're not seeing enough results, so they're demotivated and they're going away. Versus, get 30 people and 12 of them will do something. Within that 90 days that you have, right, 8 of them will stay in the game for that 90 days. Out of the 20 that you got, right, 8 of them will stay in the game. Versus on 30 months, only 4 of them will stay in the game. In your first 1 year, out of the 20 that you have, 4 of them will stay in the game. Versus 30 months, right, if you were to go slow, in your first 1 year, you'll have 1 of them in the game. Or 1 of them working with you, building with you. So just imagine having 1 building with you. Going fast, in your first 5 years, is that 2 of them will stay, and on slow, none. It's even worse scenario on the slow 30 months. The example I'm giving here is the best scenario on 30 months. But if you go for fast and get those 20 people in your first 30 days, guess what's going to happen? It's not the old 20 people going to make you the most money. Don't get me wrong. Probably all 18 of them will quit. But 2 of them will make you the most money. 2 of them will get you to 6-figure, even 7-figure earner in the industry. It's not the 20. 20 is the number that around you, the one motivating the other. But it's the 2 that will stay. Now, I don't know which 2 is going to be in your team. But in our career, it's not or everyone that made us the fortune. It's only those few people amongst the people that we sponsored. Make sense? It's not everybody. So you need to have your 20 people to start with you by the end of November. Guys, your days begins from right now, right? So you have the next however many weeks left you have, 3 weeks or 3.5 or 4 weeks. You need to get your 20 people started with you in November during the pre-launch. You need to get those 20 people to find their 20 people in the first pre-launch event that will take place in January. It's approximately on the 26th, the leadership in UK are planning, but that's the event that will take place with around 1,000 plus people. The leaders in UK, they're planning an event right now with more than 1,000 plus people. They're already planning ahead. Does that make sense? They're starting now, but they're planning for 1,000 people event already, right? So in January, they're going to have a people with 1,000 to 1,500 people in their event. Out of those people, you just need with you 20 people with you guys, right, in there, right? So, sorry, 20 people to get the 20. Now, if 20 people get the 20 by 26th of January, that's 420 people in your team. Let me show you something. You can talk about anything you want, but maths are simple maths. Maths don't lie. These are numbers. Getting your 20, work with them to get their 20. Now you have 420 people in your team. Let's say you failed 50%. Let's say half of that you managed. You'd have 200 people with you in that event that's happening in January. You plan your local event, whether it's India, Pakistan, Korea, I don't know, Africa, Nigeria, I don't know where you are, Kenya. I know a lot of people, a lot of leaders on this call right now, because all the leaders here on this call right now, UK, Colombia, Mexico. I don't know where you are right now, but you are the leaders that's going to lead your market, right? So if 75% was that to fail, you'd have 100 people with you. Imagine kicking off your business with 100 people after 90 days. 100 fired up people with you, right? Can you become a six-figure earner? Can you become a seven-figure? Absolutely yes. Why? Because a big group of people on that together is a different type of energy, right? And this is what creates momentum, right? The fast beats the slow. The fast beats the intelligent. What do you need to do in order for to get your 20? Well, if you do this, 10 presentations, right? If you do 10 presentations, to expect 3 to 4 distributors. If you do 60 to 70 presentation, or 80 to 90 appointments, or 150 text calls, you're looking to get your 20 solid leaders, right? 60 to 70 presentations you're doing throughout the entire time, right? The entire 90 days, right? Or 80 to 90 appointments. So you need to have 150 to 300 people on your list. Out of that, you're going to do at least 150 text or calls. I prefer you do the calls. So 150 text or calls. Out of that, make 80 to 90 appointments. Out of the appointments, some people will show up, some people won't show up. 60 to 70 presentation you do, and out of the 60 to 70 presentation, your 10 of the presentation are successful, and out of them, you are getting around 3 to 4 distributors, right? So to get your 20 people, these are the following things you need to focus on doing. So create your 300 people list from today. That's the first thing you do when you get off the call. There are a few ways you can pitch it to people, right? This business, guys. There's few ways. Number one, right? I'm going to show you only one way. There is so many different ways. So learn from your upline mentors how they're doing it, because if they're able to get you in the business, surely they know exactly how they're doing it, right? I'm just showing you one of the way that I do, right? My very simple question, do you know Forex? Yes or no? I'm looking for the yes. Most cases, people have heard of Forex or foreign exchange, right? I'm looking for the yes. Remember, you're not looking for the no, you're looking for the yes. If it's yes, it's great. If it's no, it's still okay. Then I tell them it's a $5.3 trillion gets traded every single day, 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. And from this market of $5.3 trillion, you can earn from a smartphone, like how the banks make the money, like how the exchange they make the money. And we can show you from this market, people are making money simply while they're sleeping, right? People are making money while they're sleeping. My question to you is this. I know your time is valuable, and I wouldn't waste your time or mine. This is what I would say the next. If they told me yes or no, whatever it is, I'll just tell them what this is. And then I say, look, great, right? You heard about Forex, great. Or you haven't heard about Forex, great. I know your time is valuable, and I wouldn't waste your time or mine. And I'll give them a few options, depends who I'm speaking to. If they live far away from me, this is what I'll say. If I send you a short 20 minutes video, would you watch it and let me know once you've watched it? Remember the keyword, would you watch it if I send it to you? Because if you tell me no, I'm not going to send it to you in the first place. Option 2, if I could book you on an online conference call with an expert, would you attend for 20 minutes, right? Would you attend for 20 minutes? If you tell me no, I'm never going to bother, right? Option 3, if I could get you a ticket for an exclusive live event, would you come, right? Close. I have booked you in now, time and date and location. If by any reason you can't attend, would you let me know in a day advance? Then I can use this space for someone else. So you're letting them know there's a high demand in the space that you have. And you know they're important, and you decided to reach out to them and you want to get them on this call before someone else. Your first 30 days mission, guys, is very simple. Focus on contacting, inviting, setting appointments, front load, initial massive exposure, massive presentation mode your first 10 days. When you get off this call, your first 10 days is only one thing focused and one thing only, is mass exposure. Non-stop presentation, mass exposure. The next 10 days, the leaders that you already have, plug them into a system. I'm going to show you guys the system in a second. What system am I speaking about? Third 10 days, help people make a decision to become a network marketing pro. The last 10 days of the month, focus on helping them to decide to go out there, build aggressively like you're building. Make sense? Get ready for the pre-launch, form your inner circle of 20, and build value for the January event. What is a system? So everybody that you're coming in, they need to know a system. If they don't know any system, people are lost. They're like, well, I got into Melius, I have no idea what I'm doing, right? Of course, they're getting educated in Forex. Listen, let me tell you something. When you want to talk about Forex education, when you want to talk about Forex trading, when you talk about crypto trading, when you talk about blockchain trading, this is not the part you do. The Melius experts, they will do that. You don't need to go, you don't need to become an expert in Forex to get people involved in this opportunity. You don't need to be an expert in Forex. You just need to know what this opportunity offers for people. Let the company do the hard work. Let them provide the value. So your job and our job as network marketers is to get people in and plug them into the system, the education program, the network building program. Make sense? We're simply going to plug them in the system. Now, our system is very simple. We have a 5-5-7 system. I want you guys to write this down. This is the road to success in Melius. 5-5-7 system. The 5 steps. Number 1, choose a package. Go with a minimum $300 or $450 or $600 or $3,000 package. That's step number 1. Go with the biggest package that you can afford. Step number 2, become an executive team trainer by sponsoring 2 active IBOs. Step number 3, become an executive team leader. Step number 4, recruit your the next 10 people directly. 5, 10 on the left, 5 on the left, 5 on the right, directly. Step number 5, produce 5 ETL on the left and 5 ETL on the right. Did you see what just happened? You became an ETL, then you're duplicating 5 ETLs on each side. That's the 5 steps. This is the roadmap, the 5 steps that you need to focus on. Choose a package, become an executive team trainer. Step 3, become a team leader. Step 4, 4 directs left and right. Step 5, 5 ETLs on each side. That is the roadmap. And that's what we focus on. We don't focus on becoming an expert educator in Forex. We have the educators that will teach us how to learn Forex. Our job as network marketers is to go out there and build our business, right? For the students, for everybody, we're all students. We can learn or we can use our products, but we don't have to be the ones that constantly focus just in our products, learning our products, but we want to build a business at the same time. We want to build a residual income at the same time. So you need to know where you are focusing on, right? The next 5. So 5, I spoke about the 5 steps, then the 5 steps ladder ranks. ETT, ETL, SED, SCP, SA, right? Senior ambassador, that's the right at the top of the map. Eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on senior ambassador while you start from executive team trainer so you have a map. Draw this down. Where are you right now? Are you at ETL? Are you at SED? You're halfway there. You're SVP. You're almost there to a senior ambassador. Make sense? So this is what you want to focus on. 5 simple ranks. So 5 steps, 5 ranks, and 7 pillars to success. 5, 5, 7, right? What is the 7 pillars to success? This is what we do. This is called work. Some people misunderstand. They think network marketing, but they feel like they're doing all the work by doing the work that are not productive. You got to do productive work. And these are the following things that are productive. Number 1, daily Melius overview presentation. You can do one-to-one meeting on a coffee shop. You can do home meetings by inviting all your friends and families and everybody that you know. Get them invited. Use the third-party expert who showed you the business. Get them to present to you. If you don't have anyone, start using the videos and start presenting and start doing, right? Small events. Get everybody connected to all the small events that's taking place. Or do it online. Send part 1, send part 2. Remember the questions I said. Send part 1 of the presentation that I'm presenting online. Give them that. Part 2, give them that. Bam. If they want to network, show them part 2. If they just want to use our product, show them part 1. Number 2, MCT. 1, DMBO. 2, MCT. What's MCT? Melius Champions Training. There have to be a weekly team training in your organization on multiple topics, on how to recruit, mindset, how to become an ETC, how to become whatever ranks you want to do, right? Online, offline. Every week at 3 p.m., we're going to have these trainings moving forward. Every week at 3 p.m. GMT, where I'll be doing certain topics that you can plug yourself in. But you need to start expanding. You need to be the trainer of your group, all right? So there's many leaders here in our company that started already. You guys are already pros. Some of you guys can do trainings better than me, right? You need to start doing it. You need to start going all out. Number 3, change your life camp. We're going to have events once in a month for the ranks, ETLs and above, right? ETLs and above once in a month. These are the special events that will take place from the corporate and sometimes from the corporate and sometimes from the top of the leadership, myself, Monir, and other leaders that are there that are already involved. They will be doing those the exclusive training for ETLs and above. You need to stay connected to the local events. Never miss an event, guys. See, the reason why I am where I am today is because of events. You see, these are the things that you cannot miss. National events. National events coming up. We're going to have the first national event or pre-launch event, we call it, in January in London. And in your local market, I'm sure there's happening ones too. Melius International Convention, right now being planned for in Thailand, but I don't know exactly. It could be in Dubai or Thailand, so make sure, be prepared for that. That's going to happen on the first quarter of 2019. So get ready for an event where you're going to be part of 10,000 plus people in an arena where you'll be recognized and your team will be recognized for all that you have done in the company. Number 7 is the most important one. Out of all of them I mentioned, number 7, personal development. You see, who you become, nobody can take away. Money comes and goes. See, I am where I am today is not because I just learned some skills, but I've learned to grow as a person. There is so much to learn. And let me tell you guys something. There are a few books I'll recommend to you guys that you learn and invest in yourself, because you are the biggest asset in your life. Does that make sense? It's not money. It's you. You are the biggest asset. Remember one thing. Never ever forget that the you and you only is the biggest asset. It's not money. It's not house. It's not gold. You are the biggest asset. So read books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich, Go Pro by Eric Worre. I'll definitely recommend read the book Rich Dad and Poor Dad and Go Pro by Eric Worre. Now, all of us are part of one mission, right? You could have 10 different teams in Melius, but all of us are part of one mission. That mission is this. Melius' goal is by 2022 to capture 1% of the Forex and blockchain education market, educating at least 1 million students and become $1 billion company, and impact 5 million children in need that worldwide with Melius Foundation. So all of us are working towards a cause to impact people, impact lives, impact kids all around the world, the less fortunate ones. We're all together contributing towards the goals that Melius has for all of us, right? And the last thing to close off today's call. We want to celebrate your success. 2 nights in Dubai, 5-star retreat, guys. 20K volume on your weekend leg by 21st of December right now. It's extended to. So make sure that the official flyer will be coming out. The date could even expand. I don't know right now. But it's until 21st of December. From 15th of November, you start. 20,000 volume on your weekend leg, and you get to qualify for a retreat, 2 nights in Dubai. We get to go to the headquarters, meet the corporate, and really have an amazing experience with the company in Dubai. And the last thing, my question to all of you is that will you do whatever it takes? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to have the best years ahead of you? Then the last 5 years that you had, nothing compared to what you can achieve in the next 1 or 5 years. Will you let the last 5 years to determine what you're going to have in the next 5 years or the next 1 year? Will you let 2019 to be another 2018? Make sense? Some of you guys had success in 2018. Some of you didn't. But my question to you, do you want the same 2018 again? Right? It's a question. So make sure, guys, write down your goals, go all out, go on beast mode, and make things happen. With that being said, thank you very much for being on the call. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And I welcome every single one of you to be part of the Melius community. And let's go out there and change some lives. God bless everyone. Take care.